Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Wednesday, the 13th day of September, the 22nd day of Elul. Here we go. About Teshuva now, repentance. You know that we are now, as we approach Rosh Hashanah, of course, expected to all be involved in repenting from our wrong deeds. Now, one very important thing to say right from the get-go is that Teshuva is a year-round process. You should be repenting always. If that sounds weird, please remember that 3 times a day in our Shemona Esrei we say, Hashivenu Avinu L'Sarasecha. God, please help us return to your Torah. We are always returning, and that's something we're always supposed to be involved in. So what's with the ramped up talk about it as we approach Rosh Hashanah? The answer is simple. Although you're expected to do Teshuva always and always be like boomeranging yourself back closer to God, these are the days when it's more apt to succeed. These are the days when God is closer to receiving your Teshuva. That's why we talk about it so much. Okay, now to the specifics of it. Teshuva consists of some parts. If you have done a sin, then one of the things that you have to do is, I'm going to use the word divorce and it'll sound weird, but you're supposed to divorce yourself from the sin. Like, that's not in my, like, I'm separate from that, like what a divorce is. That's not me. I used to be known as Mr. Lashon Hara. Me and Lashon Hara just don't get along. I don't do Lashon Hara, okay? So I don't know if that step sounds weird, but that's step one of Teshuva, is divorcing yourself from the sin. Number two, I hope it doesn't sound like the same. It's not the same as regretting it. I wish I had never done it. I wish I was never involved in Lashon Hara. And that's step number two of Teshuva. And of course, the one you're probably most familiar with is step three, is a sincere attempt to never do the sin again. And I hope those don't sound like all the same step. One is I'm separated away from that sin. I'm not Mr. Lashon Hara. Two, I regret that I ever said Lashon Hara. And three, I'm figuring out now how to never do it again. This might sound like overlaps to you, but they're all three different pieces of putting the puzzle together, of making yourself far and away from that sin, period. And then, of course, there is a fourth step, which is vidui, and that is saying, I did this wrong. Okay, and that's the one you see the most in the Yom Kippur Machzor, in the Yom Kippur prayer book. You keep seeing us saying Al Chet, that I did this sin, because that, if you can't verbalize it, if you can't say I'm wrong, I did this wrong, then you're not really repenting. Okay, so those, as we ramp up to more and more Teshuva, those are the official steps of repentance. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow. What we have to add is, of course, and maybe that'll be tomorrow, but if it's a sin between you and a fellow man, then more is necessary. And we'll get to that. Okay, so stay tuned. Bye-bye.